You know who is the top 5 dead or alive? D Block General Jada Kiss. And right now with my cousin Big Reese, baby.
Check it out, y'all. What it look like. It's your main man, Fabulous, man. I'm holding it down with
Reese, my brother Reese. Reese. The homie Reese. You already know, man. It's Taylor Gang. I died.
Who you with?
Reese.
Yeah. Who you with?
Who you with?
Let me go ahead and get it started early. Hit that hype bell, get this thing popping. We got another friend of the show, a legend in her own right. Has been doing so many dope things. Just got people stomach hurting all across the United States with that good laughter, them good jokes. You know what I mean? This young lady right here is IMDb credits are longer than a 2-ply roll of toilet tissue. Wow. She has been hitting every big stage. She's been with all of the people all across the globe and across this United States. We have the actress, comedian, the mama, the daughter. That's all in your IG. We just stole it. Coco Brown in the building. What's up, mama?
Hey, how you doing, darling? How you doing?
I'm good. I know last time we gave you your biggest intro ever. We had to remix it a little bit. But
I see.
But you popping, so it's easy. You know what I mean? I got to make up stuff for some folks.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I got plenty.
Yeah, so it's good to have you in person. Last time was kind of like virtual. You was on the move, as you always are. But you here in the A. Well, what's going on in the A? Because every time you hear, you either with Tyler Perry or you on somebody's stage, or you got the cameras, or what's going on this time?
It's funny. I've got a lot popping in the A right now.
Okay.
Getting ready to do a Lifetime movie with Tyler Play and Eva Marcel, and get ready to do another movie called Ruby's Diamonds that we started filming with Sylvia Scales, Sharon Norman. Then getting ready to start filming for the HGTV show Married to Real Estate with Egypt and Mike Sherrod. So cool. I got a lot going on right now, but you know what? I'm happy. I'm booked and busy.
That's definitely what's up. Those my people too, man. I know Mike when he was DJing. That's how we got cool.
That's how far we go back. I knew Egypt when she was on the radio.
Yeah, exactly. I was on, she was on at the same time, so we were supposed to be beefing, but we was all cool.
Hilarious. Sometimes you gotta do it for the gram.
Right, exactly. Nah, we was all. It wasn't never any animosity. We was always cool. Right. He was actually my personal trainer for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep.
The man of many hats.
Many hats. Yep. So yeah, good people, very good people. Yeah. So man, congrats on everything that you're doing.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
I know you put out a little while ago, you had the fire and everything.
Yeah. Lost everything, I'm just grateful that, my son and I and our 2 dogs got out.
Yeah.
But it was insane. You just never expect to wake up one morning and that's the last time you're going to wake up in your house.
Yeah. And I mean, there's things in the house that, people say, oh, things can be replaced, but it's also things that are keepsakes. That
there's things that can never get back. I've been blessed to find pictures, and thanks to family, I was able to get a lot of stuff back because I'm the queen of buying the big pack of pictures of my child.
Oh yeah,
and sending a picture to everybody. So thank God that family members were like, oh, I got that picture. So they're all sending me pictures back, so which is great. And I just laugh because I used to have everything framed in my house, and now it's about to be mixed towels everywhere.
I ain't mad at that at all. That's awesome though, man, to be able to see. And I saw the community, man. When I looked and I saw the community, they gave back. It was insane. Tenfold.
It was insane. I'm grateful that my son was able to see that, you do reap what you sow. That's why it's always good to plant good seeds.
Yes.
Because total strangers that I took a picture with in the airport or the grocery store were reaching out wanting to help me and my son. And it has just been, of course, my celebrity colleagues from Tyler Perry, Marlon Wayans, Tiffany Haddish, Deion Cole, I could go down the list, but that reached out to me. But it really touched me, the people that I met in such brief, or people that didn't know me at all, have never met me, or just fans that, contributed to that GoFundMe, sent me their prayers, what can I do? My neighborhood, the Woodlands, that I'm going to miss them so much. I wanted so badly to go back in there, but it didn't work out. So I ended up buying a home all of 5 minutes away from them because I had
still your neighbors.
They're still my neighbors. I still got access to the tennis court.
There you go.
And they just were the way they rallied around me and still rally around me. And just I mean, it was just amazing to have a community like that because you don't see that nowadays.
No.
In terms of your neighborhood community, you can go. I lived in LA for 12 years. I think I knew 2 neighbors.
And that's how it kind of is. I hate that. I know when I was younger, my granddad would go all around the neighborhood. He knew everybody. Oh, Miss such and such, she made us a cake. This lady over here, I'm gonna go cut her grass. Oh, your grandma's going over there to take care of her mama.
Yeah.
And you knew everybody. Now it's like I don't know the person. Luckily, I do because of the other thing I do, which is that sounded illegal. I have chickens, so everybody wants
chickens.
Yes.
Okay, you got chickens.
Now I know my neighbors.
Brothers
they like
always doing something different. Chickens. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's funny though because I told my son I want a goat.
Okay.
I really want a little goat, and then he's like,
"You gotta get 2.
I want to go.
That's the rule. You have to get 2.
Because my grandmother grew up, I grew up on a farm, like half city, half farm.
Yeah.
Because my mom's from the city, my dad's from the country.
Yeah.
So, going to my grandmother's house in Virginia, she had a whole farm. So she had hogs, honey, not pigs,
hogs, them big
chickens.
Yeah.
She had, horses. I mean, goats. I mean, I literally was like, I would love to have like a farm one day when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But I just really want a goat.
I can set you up. I'm telling you.
I want a little goat.
I know a guy.
You do?
Yeah.
I want a little goat. I do.
Yeah, I got 4 little goats. So
really?
I definitely understand.
I want a goat.
Yeah.
Help me get a goat.
There we go. I usually ask everybody too, because I kind of blend in those 2 worlds, entertainment and agriculture. Because we got an animal rescue, where this is farm animal rescue, right? And a kids program. So I usually ask people, if you could have one farm animal, what would it be? But you just answered the question.
I want a goat.
Coco Brown wants a goat. She's the goat of comedy.
I know. Farm animal.
She should have a goat.
Animal. I want a monkey.
There we go.
I really want a monkey. I want like that little monkey in The Hangover. I want a little monkey.
Oh, you want like a little
put
capuchin
like clothes
or something?
On. Yeah, we can sit outside and he can just look at me like what I'm talking about.
Monkeys are bad too. They get into stuff.
I know. I do. I want a monkey. I want a little monkey.
Not the monkey. I'm not mad at that at all. So that's what's up, man. I just wanted to bring that up only because I saw the pour back from the community, right?
Yeah. And
that has to just be a symbol of who you are as a woman and as a person. Like everybody that knows Coco Brown or has met her, not saying that we all have bad days, but it's always like, oh, she's such a beautiful person. She's so nice. She was like, fans like that. They make people.
I hear stories all the time because I feel like I signed up for this and I may totally not be in the mood, or I may just have on a baseball cap and no makeup. But if you're fanning out and you're like a huge fan of mine, I'm going to take a picture with you. I'm going to hold you, baby, whatever. Awesome. Yeah. It has to take extreme circumstances. Like I'm rushing through the airport. I know that there was a time that when my child was much younger, I had a thing with people running up on me with my baby. But now, he'll sit there and be like, hey, you want a picture? Give me a camera. Mama here. He'll take the picture for him. It's funny. He gets it now. And he's so like unfazed. He knows that mommy's a little famous. Yeah. But he's like so unfazed. He's like, that's mama. Whatever.
Phoenix, mommy is popping. Let's just put it out there. Okay. She's popping. It's going to happen.
As long as some checks is popping, we can go on Disney cruises. He fine.
That's it.
That's all that matters to him. Can I get the new Xbox, mama? That's all that. You're working enough for that.
That's what's up. He's earned them pictures there.
Right, exactly. That's all that matters to him, honey.
That's what I'm talking about. So what part is the funnest for you now? Is it being on stage? Is it being on set? Is it seeing the end product? Or what is that for you now?
Honestly, being a mama.
I like it. Let me hit the hype bell for that. Everything else is just okay after
Everything's a bonus after being a mama. I've always wanted to be a mother. And, if you ask anybody that grew up with me, I was the one with the baby dolls. A little too long where it was like, this is strange.
That made the whole classroom.
Right. They're like, you're not a Cabbage Patch 14, whatever. But I just always wanted to be a mother. It's just in me. I feel like it's just in me. It pours out of my DNA. I'm mama to so many. Yeah. I'm auntie to so many. Yeah. But being a mom is like the most fun I've ever had because I'm literally getting to relive my childhood with my child.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't need him to do anything that I missed. Every experience I experience is almost like brand new because it's brand new for him.
Got you.
I'm a big kid at heart. So I'm the one still going down slides. I'm still on roller coasters.
That's me too.
I'm riding little motorbikes and go-karts, you know. So it's like, and then having a boy, it's like I get to tap into that because I was a tomboy forever. My mom finally got me in a dress when I was like 13. I've been growing up in this age, they'd have been like, okay, she's going to be Britney. Yeah. But back then, they called it tomboy because all my cousins were boys, you know. So I played football, baseball, you know, ran through the woods and, you know, fell and hurt myself and had Band-Aids everywhere. And then, of course, you know, puberty hit. You know, got my first little crush, and I said, I need to put some lip gloss on.
Yeah, let me put some lotion on these knees.
Put some cocoa on these legs real quick, you know. And but I don't know. That's like the most fun to me. Just, you know, even with, you know, anybody's kids, you know, just my boyfriend's kids. I love being around them, and I love the laughter. People laugh at me because I'm a single mom, but you'll come into my house, you know, and I would randomly have 8-9 kids in my house.
Yeah, because you're just that happy. Person, though.
I would just be happy, and I got snacks I'm the snack queen.
The snack
you know?
lady. Oh, you the snack.
They had a whole snack wall, and they would come in, and they would always be polite. Miss Coca, can we go? And they were like, you know. Then of course I'm the one picking up fruit snack packages, you know, and everything. But I love corners. The sound.
They don't
of
never
children's
throw the
laughter.
corners away.
No, and check your couch.
Yeah,
I have
cracks,
found
right?
strange things under my
with
cushions.
boys. We like to just put all type of stuff in.
That's where the missing socks go.
Yeah.
It's not the washing machine, it's the couch.
It is.
But I just love the sound of laughter of children.
Yeah.
It is just something about it that I could have a house full of kids and I'm just as happy and content.
That's definitely what's up. It's always one thing true about the snack lady's house. I don't mean no disrespect when I say lady. That's what we call it. No, the good snack house. This is the snack mom. The snack mom, snack lady. She always also has the kid with the good gaming system.
Yeah, my son, we're building it back. He got a lot of it back right after the fire, thanks to his aunts and uncles. But we had the Wii, we had the Xbox, we had the PlayStation, we had the Oculus. Yeah. Like his room was the meetup. And I kept trying to move it to the basement.
It ain't gonna happen.
No, the room was the meetup. So finally I just said, I'm not even gonna ask him to clean this room no more. I'm just not. It's just as long as nothing's moving, we're fine.
Right. It's like a hangover. They say Bangkok's got it now.
Like seriously.
The boys got it now.
Like seriously. And all his friends, when they come over, even when we go in this Airbnb, they stay in his room. You know, because his room is the spot.
That's the move.
You know,
that's the move. But it's good though because you're able to see who his friends are, how he acts with those friends, and you can parent through those friends to an extent.
I mean, really, I will have to say I'm really blessed that every child that he hangs with, and I gotta give my son props. I know people say, "Yeah, you did it, sis," but he has a discernment. And he picks his friends very carefully.
That's good.
But he makes friends wherever he goes, which I love. Him being an only child.
That's a gift.
He's going to make friends wherever he goes. Yeah. But the children he picks are always very much complimentary to him.
That's awesome.
It's never that kid that I'm like, only one time you had one of the little silver tooth kids that I was like, no, I don't think he going to work.
Why do the kids with the silver teeth
be bad? The silver
teeth
kids, you know they're bad. You know they're bad. The more silver teeth, the better they are.
Yeah.
But otherwise, and then they're so respectful. They all come from respectful homes.
Yeah.
Their parents trust me completely. I've taken these kids out of state, to trips to Florida and Virginia, and they trust me, because they know that, Miss Coca gonna keep them together and they're gonna have a good time. And I'm a mama first. I'm a mama. Everything else is a bonus.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. I've always wanted to do, this is the one thing I always wanted. I wanted a family.
That's dope, man. That's a reflection too of your parenting as well as what he's taking in and then giving back out. Cause it doesn't always work like that. No, like some kids get it and they just want to go left for whatever reason.
Yeah. The only thing that I found him going left with is that bruh thing. He got one more time to call me bruh.
I call him mama, bruh.
I'm like, where is this coming
of endearment,
from?
Coco.
Like my baby, I was mommy, and now that I was mom, now bruh. Yeah.
It's a voice drop. We got to give you a nickname.
I'm looking around the room like, oh, we knocking? we fighting? Okay, I didn't know.
He don't know you from the tri-state area.
Bruh, the DMV, honey. Come on now. No. We don't play them games, baby. No.
Exactly. So that's all thing he got to tighten up on.
No, other than that, he's a great kid. He brings home straight A's and, great. He really doesn't give me any issues other than when he gets zoned out in those games, he becomes deaf to my voice.
Yes.
But I think that's with any parent. Yeah, somehow the game makes them deaf to us.
Right.
But other than that, I've really been blessed with a great kid who just has such a resilience, because even the day after the fire, I'm sitting up there looking like, deaf done over because I'm in shock.
Right.
And this child slept like a baby in the hotel, and then gets up the next morning and was like, "Mommy, we're alive, we're safe," and now we can get a house with a pool. Yeah. That was all he cared about.
A man with a plan will not be stopped.
And now we have a house with a pool. Now he don't want to clean it.
Let me hit the hype bell for that. He can swim in it though.
Right. But cleaning it is like, but mommy, you can't hire nobody. No, I got you.
Right. Yeah, that's cool, man. I know with as you guys, mature in y'all's relationship, I know that kind of adds into what you do on stage. Cause I know like comedians like yourself, my boy Junior, Special K, you always seem to put like real life situations into your comedy. And I think that's what makes people love y'all.
Yeah. Because my set, if you look at my very first set, like Showtime at the Apollo to now, my material has literally evolved throughout every decade of my life.
Yes.
Things change daily. It used to be a time I talked about being married. Then I talked about being divorced. Then I talked about trying to date after 40.
Yeah.
Then I talked about, dating after 40 and why, if you could stay inside, it'd be to your best bet.
Outside.
No. And then I talk about when you find that unicorn and then how you realize you are crazy, because I've always said, I wasn't crazy. I'm not one of them crazy girls. But then you meet the right one and realize you'll make a chick eat the curb over that one. You are crazy. I'm a little crazy when it comes down.
It's okay.
And then you talk about your child, this was my baby and how everything goes from a pee-pee to he's now a full-blown man in my house. And I wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready when he came out the bathroom. I said, who are you? That's a man, but he's still your baby. But it's like you have to, letting go and letting him find his way and find out who he is as a young man. And mommy wanting to put her hands all over it and you have to, and now you got to go lock yourself in the room and, pray to God that you won't come outside. It's just, it changes and it's going to continue to evolve. I'm always going to be a mama, God willing.
Yeah.
And life is going to be lifing every day. So I try to make my material indicative of what I'm going through. So therefore it's very, authentic to me.
Yeah, but it's super authentic and it's super relatable to so many people, but it's funny as a mug too.
Yeah,
so at the same time,
that's the gift God gave me. I can take the most twisted of events and make you laugh about them. Friends of mine do not like sitting with me at funerals.
Oh, nah. See, I used to think I was weird like that because I want you to laugh at the funeral a little bit. Because it's everybody crying already.
Right.
And that person probably up there laughing at us.
Like seriously, at my mother's funeral, God rest her soul, they went to close that casket. I said, no. And I went up there and made sure her wig was straight. I said, she ain't going in heaven with no crooked wig on my watch. She ain't going to haunt me. And, of course, the congregation busted out laughing.
Right.
But I said, no, y'all know Shirley.
Right.
And they said, yep, because they knew she'd have haunted me if I sent her to heaven looking crazy in her man.
I love it. But you got to be able to bring that. And that's been your gift. And we appreciate you sharing it with us. You know
Thank
what
you.
I mean?
It's a gift, and a blessing to be able to share it. I never thought this would be, what I did for a living. I went to school, to be a lawyer.
Now that's a turn.
Yeah.
Because lawyers usually don't make people laugh.
Right. I wanted to be a lawyer, but it's so funny how life is because now I've helped so many attorneys punch up their closing arguments. I have a friend who's an ADA in California, and when he has closing arguments, he'll call me because he wants to somehow, he has to grab the audience. And as crazy as it seems, even in a murder trial, humor helps break the ice and makes the jury relate to him. Yeah. So he'll call me and other comedians that he has in his little circle, and he wants us to punch up his closing argument.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a good tactic though, because like you said, it makes him relatable, and then it lightens the mood and gives the juror, a time to think. It gives them an actual time to say, "Oh, let me really assess this," because I'm not just super hyper focused on a murder.
Exactly. And it's worked because he's won a lot of his cases.
Okay.
And how funny that I was going to go to school because I wanted to be Claire Huxtable. She was real to me. She still is.
That's why we need representation, but that's why we love to see, and I want to cut you off. I definitely want to keep in line to that. We love to see it with you on screen, with you in these movies, because we need representation of a funny, serious, professional Black woman.
I mean, seriously, because right now, that's not what we're seeing.
Right.
And I talk about it on stage that, men my age, what to do when it comes to a woman, because you had women that you looked up to, men you looked up to. Right. I said, this new generation, unfortunately, their role models.
It's a lot of belly buttons being shown. We're going to put it that way. It's a lot of belly buttons and a lot of folks.
What they are celebrating as talent and throwing down our kids' ears and throat. It's just, it blows my mind. And then I laugh because now I've become my mother when she used to fuss when I was playing, 2 Live Crew.
Right, exactly.
2 Live Crew was light compared to what we got now. Very light. And that was gospel almost.
Right.
So
not Luke making gospels.
Right. I'm just saying compared to what we got now.
Right.
When he's on horny, it was a gospel song.
But it was so we had like, of course, bass and shake music, and it was a time for that, but it wasn't the mass majority. Like the mass majority. We didn't do it
outside in front of company.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference now. Yeah. It's like we could have, like when I tell people, when the young people like, well, y'all had Freaknik. Yeah, but we knew how to duck when we saw the camcorder.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all want to be seen.
Right.
Y'all want your business out there.
Record this. I'm about to do this.
You want to go viral looking crazy and embarrassing your parents.
Yeah.
We grew up in an era, the one thing you did not do was embarrass your parents.
Right, exactly.
You could do all the dirt in the world, but there was no evidence.
Right. No evidence.
Exactly. Right. Now they want evidence. They want you to record it and post it.
That makes a lot of sense. And we shouldn't want that. We shouldn't strive for that.
Well, no, but that's the thing we're in. I'm just glad I have a kid that's so removed from that. I tell people all the time, I got a blurred, I got a black nerd, and I love it.
I mean, that's awesome. And that should be more celebrated because a lot of time we get our kids that are smart and we make fun of them. It's like I see this thing going around. It's like we make fun of each other for anything. Like, oh, look at him drinking water. Look at him reading the book.
When I was growing up, it's, you talk white.
Yeah.
Because I articulate.
Because you can
understand what I'm saying and I know what I'm saying.
Right.
I talk white.
It should just be, I talk.
You speak so well.
Right.
What I'm supposed to say.
Right.
But I was raised by an educator, so I still couldn't say ain't in her house up until she died.
Oh, yeah, me too. I was. My mom was an English teacher.
Okay, so you already understood the assignment. Yes. Yeah, so in certain words, we couldn't say irregardless.
Right. Right.
That is not a word.
Couldn't say we're conversating. No, it's conversing. Right.
Trust me, I couldn't say ain't till she died. Bless her heart.
Man.
But but I feel like it's still the parent's responsibility.
It is.
Because I have a child that he knows about these artists, the Sexy Reds and all of that.
Right.
But he also knows that's not who I am.
Right.
That's not who I am. Now, my child loves Kendrick Lamar. My child loves Drake.
Yeah.
When they were beefing, he was all up in
torn.
And he was so torn. He was in the car like, Mommy, I can't choose. I can't choose. I'm like, it don't matter. They don't know you.
You don't have to choose. It's okay. Just listen to both.
And I love sometimes how he really thinks I know everybody because he said,
oh, yeah.
I know what I want for my 16th birthday. I said, what do you want? He goes, I want Kendrick Lamar at my birthday party. I said, okay, well, Mama a little bit more in her life.
I'm going to cut more calls. Let me see.
See what I can do here. I can get Snoop Dogg. Right.
I get your FaceTime with Snoop Dogg. He knows Kendrick Lamar.
You know what I'm saying? Let me insult 50 so he can come for me and I can get
right.
But I don't
Let me start a beef real quick.
But I love the fact that he's truly a leader and he has a mind of his own.
Yeah.
And I think as parents, we can do that with our children. We don't have to say, I don't know what happened. You know what happened. Pay attention to your child.
Yeah, that's true.
I know when my child's veering left and I know how to pull them back.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention.
Got to pay attention.
I'm busier than anybody, so I don't want to hear you too busy.
No excuses. This woman is on set, on stage, on tour, and still make sure that she's parenting.
Trust me.
I love it.
And the best advice my dad ever gave me was when I decided to leave my marriage and I was becoming a single mother. My child wasn't even one yet. My father sat me on the porch and he said to me, you're about to be a single mother to a boy. I said, yes, sir. He said, this is the one thing you're going to have to do to ensure your survival. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you're going to have to put the fear of God in that boy now. Because if you wait till he's looking you dead in your face, you're going to be in full world of trouble. And I thought that was crazy, but I realized that was the best advice he ever gave me. Because when people talk about, oh, my child doing this, or my child did this, or my child, I ain't really got to worry. I don't think my child getting in somebody call for a joyride.
Yeah.
He's not going to be impressed with stuff like that.
I think he understands consequences.
Exactly.
And that's where it goes.
And that's the thing. He understands that there's a button that mommy can push that she turns into a crazy demon. And he's seen it twice. He don't want to see it no more.
But when you put the fear of God in your father's words, but it's also the fear of consequences. Actions bring consequences. So I had that too. Like I was with my mom till I was 9, moved with my dad when I was 10, turning 11, right? And I was taught on both sides, consequences. So at certain points, my friends of people that would associate with some of my friends say, hey, we about to ride. I'm like, I'm cool. I don't care about them accepting me for saying no or not accepting me for saying no. And at the end of the day, even when you say no, they still gonna be friends with you anyway.
And if they're not, they weren't meant for you.
They weren't meant for you. Exactly.
You know, everybody ain't your assignment.
I like that. Say that again.
Everybody ain't your assignment.
I like it.
I've instilled that in my child because he has a heart like mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him help little kids that he thought were less fortunate than him.
Yeah.
He came home and asked me, could I buy a little girl in his class some clothes? Because she's always wearing, too small clothes or dirty clothes. The kids say that she smells.
Yeah.
I went up to the school, talked to the teacher, got her sizes, went and bought her a bunch of stuff.
That's awesome.
The grandmother called me, come to find out she was raising 8 of her grandchildren.
And of course she's stretched.
So she's stretched. This is a grandmother. And, I love that heart about him. But I also had to tell him that everyone isn't your assignment because everyone's not going to appreciate your heart.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but once they bite you, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Once they show you who they are,
you got to believe them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make somebody change. That's something that's got to be done within them.
Mm.
You know who you are.
Yeah. So,
we could do a lot. We teach our kids to be leaders.
Yeah.
Please, not follow. We have a lot of followers right now. It's
do.
disturbing.
Yeah.
So teach your kids to be a leader. They don't have to follow everything that's trending, everything that's hot. That's how you end up having that kid sitting in jail because they just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the right place for somebody else's wrong time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. You're just giving us like 15 parenting tips. So when is the book dropping?
It's funny. I've been trying to finish the book, but I was said once everything is said and done, once we get settled in our new home.
Yeah.
And normal, I'm taking 30 days off and I'm finishing 3 books.
Okay.
I'm finishing 3 books.
I like it. I'm going to have to hook you up with AJ Joyner.
They're going to drop back to back to back too.
Right. We can't wait. Please, when you finish those and you ready to drop, please come back. Let's talk
I will.
About
Thank you for that. Yes, we will.
Yeah, we definitely want to support that.
Definitely come back.
Right, because I feel like one of the books going to save somebody's life, so I want to be part of that.
It might. I don't know. It might. I got one for the parents. I got one for everybody, and then I've got one to the children who are going to end up taking care of their parents.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that. What point did it turn that you knew you wanted to go from being an attorney to, I'm going to do this comedy thing?
Well, there was a gap in between there where I got to school and realized that I don't know. I think I got caught up. I started seeing my friends who were in broadcast journalism and all of that. So I ended up getting a degree in advertising. Okay. Because I loved being able to influence others by what you see, what you hear, what you read.
I got you.
And so I ended up getting a degree in that. I actually didn't think about being a comic until I graduated, and I was working a corporate job. I was working for Ringling Brothers. Okay. The corporate offices in Vienna, Virginia. And a friend of mine that I knew in college, he always thought I was just a riot. And we would go to like little comedy shows around town. And he's like, you could do that. You could. I'm like, whatever. So he set me up. And he introduced me to Chris Paul, who was on the Donnie Simpson morning show at the time. That ended up going on to be on the Tom Joyner show. Yeah. And we went to his barbecue and he had told him about me. And he had a comedy club with his business partner called The Comedy Spot. Okay. And at the end of the night, his business partner was like, you ever thought about doing stand-up? Because you're just funny. Yeah. And I said, really? I said, oh, no, I've done theater. I minored in theater because I've been doing theater since I was 10, but I never thought it would be a career.
Right. But you at least used to being on stage and being in front of people.
Being on stage didn't freak me out. Right. And so he said, you should come down to open mic. And me never not being afraid of the stage and wanting to try something new. And corporate was starting to wear on me that I don't know if I want to be in a 3x5 cubicle for the rest of my life. Decided to try it and it changed my life.
That's what's up. And then you would think that working for the circus would be fun. But
I was in advertising, all them big billboards. Atlanta was actually one of my markets. Yeah. So all them big billboards and all the commercials and all that stuff, I did.
That's what's up.
I was doing.
That's why they work, probably. That's what's up. So man, thank God he saw something in you that you didn't see at the time.
I would have never thought to be a stand-up.
That's what's up.
I was going on stage by my real name. Yeah. And it took another comic to give me a stage name, Coca Brown.
And so how did that come about?
I maybe had been on stage 5-6 times, just working it out. And this comedian named James Bean said to me one day after my show at the Comedy Spot, he said, you need a stage name. You just got so much. It's like, Farrah's cool and all, but now you need something that pop. And I'm like, a stage name? For real? He said, yeah. Jamie Foxx's name ain't Jamie Foxx. That's Eric Bishop, Right. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So he said, I'm going to have something for you next time I see you. And I was like, okay, whatever. A couple of weeks later, I see him at a show. He comes up to me, he hands me a napkin. I open it up and it says Coca Brown.
Oh, wow.
And that's how Coca Brown was born.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
Yeah.
And that napkin just sold on eBay for $3.5.
I wish I knew what that napkin was, man. I might get some money from it.
Man, that's dope, man. That's awesome. What would you say to the next upcoming comedian that wants to jump into this game? Like, where do you see it going?
Oh God, get your social media following. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Funny, unfortunately, is not the precedence anymore. It used to be funny was the bar, was the precedence. Like I came up in the latter part of the Def Jam era when Comic View popped and all that. And there was standards. Yeah. They didn't care how cute you were. They didn't care who you knew. Yeah. They didn't care if you had TV shows. They didn't care. If you were not funny, that's it. It didn't matter. Yeah. Now we're in an era where numbers above your head on a picture matter more than anything. And I still believe in learning the craft. You know, don't stink up a stage. Don't waste people's money. Yeah. Don't embarrass us because some of us really worked hard at what we do. Exactly. Learn the business of it. You know, you don't need a manager and you only been telling jokes 2 weeks. Don't let anybody fool you. Learn the business. You know, if you want to look at who is making it work for them in so many ways with this social media, look at people like Country Wayne, look at people like Ryan Davis, look at people like DC Young Fly who made it work for him. Yeah. You know, the new generation, Hollywood Jin, like these people are making social media work for them. Yeah. And hitting the stage at the same time. Like I seen the DC show, I seen a Desi Banks show and I'm laughing like I'm having a great time. They also got up under a real comedian. Yeah. A real stand-up. Yeah. I remember for a brief time I lived in Atlantic Station and DC's manager lived next door to me. And DC would knock on my door at ungodly hours because he wanted to run a joke by me. But that's working on your craft. That's working out. But he took it so seriously and he got up under the OGs and the vets and he learned it. So now he's been able to take the new school and mix it with the old school. And that's why he's so successful. Yeah, the game don't really change. The players it really doesn't. You know what I mean? The audience got bigger because of social media. So when you actually have the audience is different now though. It is, but when you have substance like mixed with that. Okay. It is a good thing when you're dealing with audiences who have been exposed to Def Jam. Yeah. These new audiences, unfortunately, they are not stand-up trained. Yeah. And they're a little easily offended, would you say? Easily offended. And they're also, they don't understand that they're sitting there being bullcrap to for an hour just to get a $50 selfie. Like that's what it's all that they don't know. Like the crowds I came up in, those Def Jam crowds, Showtime at the Apollo crowds. Oh, honey, they didn't care who you were. No, you better be funny. Yeah. You better be funny. You better be talented or funny or in work. These new crowds are more so there for a selfie. They're not comedy trained. They're almost like Def Jam trained audiences. They're going there to say they were there. Yes. And get a picture and pay $100 for a selfie with a social media person. I want to go because I want to be entertained. Right. But see, you come from the era too, that, you know, Martin Lawrence trained people. Yeah. You know, all the hosts on Comic View trained those audiences to know when they were, you know, being, you know, they were to laugh because it was funny or that's bull crap. Yeah. And they didn't care. Yeah. I watched major people with serious credits get booed because the audience was like, I don't care, you on TV. Right. You horrible. But now we're at a situation where as long as you have enough numbers on social media, you can sell out an arena. Yeah. And that audience will sit there patiently while you bull crap with them. Right. You know, and then stand in line for hours to get a selfie. Yeah. But I tell any young comic, build up your social media presence. It is a must now. You know, it used to be you were judged by the funny, but now you're judged by the commas. Yeah. And you're doing it. You got lots of followers too. So it's like you are able to transcend into the new. Yeah, we're not going to do that. You hundreds of thousands of people follow you across these social media platforms. You're in the millions when it comes to adding them up. So it's there. It's just, I know what you're saying, but you also were able to transcend into that new phase. You know what I mean? And everybody can't do that. You have to evolve. I know for a lot of us OGs, it was hard because we came up where we were truly judged by our funny. Yeah. And we had to do grassroots to gain our fans. Now we can sit in our living room. And I think a lot of us figured it out. We're well-oiled machines. Yeah. So if we can just translate that funny that we put in arenas in 30 seconds on a camera. Yeah. You know, and appease these little youngins because that's who's on there. Yeah. You know, now mind you, the older people are like, you know, on the Country Wayne stuff, which is great. I'm glad I did Country Wayne. I got a whole new legion of fans now.
There you go.
Act like I ain't been in the game 26 years.
Don't
like,
matter,
you know,
long as they
credits.
know now.
Like, seriously, but learn the craft.
Yeah.
Learn the craft, understand, hit a stage. You know, if you can get under an OG, you know, learn the business, but also build that social media presence. Find a niche for you.
That's it. Find a niche for you.
And post relentlessly.
Free game, y'all. I hope
just
you was
saying.
taking notes, man. I appreciate you pulling up on me so much.
Absolutely, darling. Thank you for having me.
What should folks be on the lookout for? I know you said a Lifetime show. You got a play coming up. I'm sorry, you got 2 movies coming up.
Two
right?
movies,
2
yeah,
movies
Lifetime
coming up.
movie, and then and Twisted Hearts is a movie that's out now. It's in select theaters, but it should be going to Amazon, I believe, Amazon or Hulu, real soon. Like I said, of course, the Lifetime movie that we're getting ready to shoot, and the other movie, Ruby's Diamonds, we're getting ready to shoot. Of course, make sure you watch Married to Real Estate next season. You'll see me on there.
There we go.
My new home together, thanks to Egypt and Mike.
With the pool.
With the pool, honey, got the pool. When they did like a little assessment, they said, "What is a deal breaker? Don't touch that pool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do anything I want with this house. Don't touch that pool." So, you know, but I'm just grateful. You know, my mantra right now is sometimes you have to lose to win. I had to.
Sorry, that was a hype billable moment.
I had to lose a lot to win because I feel like I'm winning right now.
I think with that tragedy, you were able to see how people really rock with you.
That's the thing. I felt so invisible and kind of like felt like I was just grinding my wheels for nothing right before that happened.
Yeah.
And then for the outpouring of love from just so many people, and then people continuously checking on me, continuously doing nice things for me and my son. And they're all saying the same thing. Coco, you're such a good person.
Yeah.
You have such a beautiful heart.
Yeah.
You've always been so nice to me. And I'm just grateful that my son can see that it does pay to be a good person. You don't have to be a rotten person to get ahead. You can be a good person and still win.
And plus, respectfully approachable too, man. I like that because I've met a lot of people obviously doing this, and some people
I hear the horror stories.
They're not very approachable.
I believe karma too much.
Yeah, me too.
And I also feel like you could be nice to one person, they'll tell 10.
Yeah,
you be mean to one person, they'll tell 100.
1,000.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, you know, controversy does sell.
It does.
You know, the more drama you bring amongst yourself. But I always tell people this is no disrespect to anybody that does, but I don't want it that bad.
I feel you.
I have a life outside of this.
Got to be able to sleep at night.
Baby, and my conscience is so clear. Can't nobody say Coco Brown did. If anybody ever said Coco Brown was mean to them, ask them what they did to me.
Exactly. I need your story too.
What did you do to her?
Right.
Because that's not even my nature. I'll laugh at you first.
That's what's up.
So you need Jesus.
That's
okay,
cool, man. That's what's
but
up.
yeah, just I'm just really in a place of gratitude, you know, and this whole situation, even though such tragedy has opened my eyes so much that I have planted the right seeds and I'm reaping what I sowed, and I'm happy to see what grows.
That's what's up. No pun intended. The Phoenix Rising.
Come on now.
One more time. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up, pulling up on us.
Me, thank you.
Absolutely. I can't wait for those books to drop. You got to come back. I know you probably have a tour or another movie
6
dropping.
months.
So
less than six. Give me 6 months.
There we go. All right. Friend of the show, Coco Brown, Re-Show Live. We up out of here. Thank you again, Mama.
Thank you, baby.
All right, we gone.